Indeed, it's a very good question you're posing there, because one of the chapters in our book, written by Eleanor Knott from London School of Economics, she did some research and fieldwork on Crimea just prior to the annexation, and found that the identities there were divided, but the vast majority of the population of Crimea, including most of the ethnic Russians, were quite happy living there. And I mean, some accept grudgingly that now they had become a part of Ukraine, and they did not see any reason to do anything about it. But also some were embracing the Ukrainian nationhood as their own, even if they were Russian speakers, and even if they had Russian written into their passports. But we have seen time and again that identities, ethnic identities, national identities, can be very malleable. Remember back to what happened during late perestroika years, when the Ukrainians first in spring 1991 voted for retention of the Soviet Union in sort of reformed federation. And then on 1st December the same year, they voted massively for independence. How could this change so fast? Is this they had several identities they could choose among, or was it the attitudes did not reflect deep-rooted identities at all? And so I think to some degree we see the same now again in Crimea, that as when now suddenly they were the prospect of becoming Russian citizens came as a real option, then they embraced that. At least not all, but quite a few of them did. And also, of course, driven by the fact that they knew that salaries in Russia was very much higher than in Ukraine, so they hoped for an economic boost. I have not been to Crimea since. I've been to Crimea several times in the past. My government doesn't like me to go to Crimea, especially not on government money, since Norway does not recognize the annexation of Crimea. But as far as I understand, there are many who are not so happy with the annexation as they thought they would be.